everyone. Welcome to Marilyn's Tarot Take. Welcome to my channel today. I am going to show the Folklore Oracle. I saw this deck featured on Simon's channel, The Hermit's Cave. He does a spotlight with Cheryl from Oneness Emporium. And I thought, ooh, that looks beautiful. And boy, am I wowed by this deck. I didn't have any idea I would love it this much, but it has everything. I absolutely love it. So I want to do a walkthrough this morning of this. It's by Giada Rose and Hadas Knox. Explore the hidden depths of your soul through the rich symbolism of folk wisdom. This deck draws on age-old traditions and archetypes to offer insight to the seeker's inner world. Lushly illustrated by Giada Rose, each card depicts an element from folklore which draws forth deeply rooted issues from the murky subconscious into the light. Shine your lantern, follow the path, and find what you seek. Beautiful. It's a Rockpool Publishing, 44 cards and a guidebook. Beautiful box. Love it. Beautiful. And nice feel to it. It's not rose petal, but there's just the slightest bit of texture. It's really nice. And I'm all about texture. I'm a tactile kind of gal. Look inside the lid. Gorgeous. Do you dare to cross the threshold? And that's kind of what it's all about for us, crossing that threshold into the deeper meaning of things. Yes, indeed. It's a nice book. Very nice book. Folklore Oracle. Oh, I just love the colors. It's my colors. So Giada Rose was the illustrator, and Hadas Knox wrote the wordage. Rockpool, brand new, published just this year. Nice table of contents. Introduction. This is a deck for those who dream of mist-cloaked fairy rings, who turn their favorite macabre and magical tales for comfort. For those who think to spare a drop of milk for unseen visitors, and whose eyes scan the water's edge in search of liars and wild-haired women with shimmering tails. Love that. And in the back, let's see, it's 105 pages. But about the illustrator, you've probably seen some of her work. Giada Rose is an illustrator based in Kentucky whose work explores the threads stretching between nature, femininity, folklore, history, spirituality, and art. Previous works include The Seasons of the Witch, Samhain, Yule, and Beltane Oracle decks, published by Rockpool Publishing. So you can find her at Giada Rose Goodman on Instagram and giada-rose.com. So if any of this looks familiar, if her artistic style looks familiar, and you have The Seasons of the Witch, that's where you've seen her. How to use the cards, single card, spread question readings. This is nice. I do like to have the spreads that the author comes up with. Sometimes they're just basic, but they might put a different twist on it. So I do like to always try some of their spreads. And then it goes into the cards, and there's 2 pages on each card with a color photo, which is always nice as well. So it's a great little book. Great little book. Okay, shall we forge ahead? Beautiful backs. Look at the backs. Discover yourself in every tale. Love it. All right. Yes, look at these backs. Gorgeous. The flowers, wild strawberries. I have those in my fairy garden out back. Beautiful. Keys. And the size. Wider and taller than an average tarot. Not to be surprised, because it seems like most oracles are always bigger. Seems like it. Isn't that gorgeous? And they appear to be reversible. I don't read reverses, but that's okay. All right, let's get started. I'm so excited. Do look at that. What within you needs to be refreshed? And the questions that she had, not questions, I mean, there's a little statement question at the bottom, are so thought provoking. I love it. Not only does the art intrigue me, her questions intrigue me. Love that somewhat of a border. I like it that the picture, part of the illustration, is actually the border. I like that. Silky. What must you sacrifice to find your way home? How true is that? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, 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 oh. Could be one of my top 5 oracles now. Wow, I love this. Broomstick. Where are the cobwebs within and without? True love. Do you feel whole? Do you love yourself? Yeah. It's not just about another person always. We have to love ourselves before we can love others fully. Walking. And that's Waulking. Whose voices are raised alongside yours? And I want to read in the book what this means because I found this fascinating. Walking. The lore is travel back centuries to the shivery mists, velvet greens, and copper-tinged hills of the Scottish Highlands. They make the best scotch in the Scottish Highlands. Just saying. Here you'll find a group of women preparing the community's woolen cloth, working it in tandem to make it softer and thicker. The traditional method they used is called walking, a process of rhythmically beating tweed against hard surfaces while singing. They sing of love and loss, the raw beauty of home, and the hardship and humors of their days, often in a call and response style. Walking songs were a tradition and integral to the preparation of cloth as the physical labor. Through melody and lyrics, the women united their individual story with the collective. They banded together to process their emotional lives, not by dwelling on pain, but by sublimating it into meaningful work that served the community. Isn't that wonderful? Learning a little bit about old lore as well and old traditions. Beautiful. Look at the colors. Right up my alley. She has chosen my color palette. Spinning wheel. Can you spin straw into gold? That would be fun to try. Hair. What is your source of power? Love it. Will-o'-the-wisp. Will you follow foolish fire or your heart's true knowing? That's a beautiful card. Oh, the illustrations are fabulous. Forest. What lies in the depths of the shadowed woods? Wow. Isn't that gorgeous? Sleep. What do your dreams illuminate? I 9 times out of 10 forget my dreams. I can't remember them. Once I wake up, my brain kicks into something else and they get lost. I'm trying hard to remember my dreams because they're pretty darned interesting. Beautiful card. Birth. What are you birthing into the world? That is so important right now. We need to maintain our positivity and shine our own light, positive light out there. Collectively, we can make a difference if we do that. Stolen child. What love can you offer the child? Offer the child you once were. What love can you offer the child you once were? Beautiful. Do a little child work there, a little inner work. Journey. Do you dare to go in search of your destiny? Love it. scissors. Shape something new or cut away the excess. Excess. We all have excess. I'm looking to downsize. Not my tarot collection. No, no. Not my sacred space. No, no. But clothes and other things around the house. It's always nice to clear out the old, make room for the new, or just make room so your energy flows a little bit better. Hard to flow when you're in a clutter. Your energy gets all stopped up. Hearth. Oh, that's gorgeous. Got the crests up here. Where is your heart at home? Love that. Well, my heart tends to lead me right into my sacred space where I'm sitting right now. The well. I love this. Where lies the source? Isn't that gorgeous? Love that blue. Purpley blue. Mirror. What do you see reflected back at you? That's very thought-provoking. Beaver. What needs to be burned away? What do we need to let go of? What's keeping us all riled up that we really don't need to maintain that thought process anymore? Mourning. What must be grieved? And that's not just always a person. It might be something that happened to you. It might be a process. It might be a change of health. It might be, there's a plethora of reasons to grieve. And it's a process that's necessary. Everybody has their own way of doing it. You can't tell somebody how to grieve. They have to do it in their own way. Beautiful card. Birds. Where might your mind fly when untethered? How true is that? I sit out back and just look up and listen to the birds and watch them fly by. We get some eagles that come by periodically on a breezy day. Beautiful to watch the birds. Very peaceful. Mumming. What joy is knocking on your door? And I want to read about mumming because I didn't know about this. It's a very old tradition. Mumming. The lore is mumming is an age-old folk tradition particularly popular in Europe and North America, where it is woven into the fabric of seasonal merrymaking. Mummers don masks of otherworldly personas and set out to entertain, provoke, and inspire. In Ireland, the tradition can be traced back to pagan times, practiced most famously on St. Stephen's Day. Disguised in vibrant colors and straw, these mummers, or wren boys, traveled door to door playing music and promising luck in exchange for a fee to bury the wren. They reappeared in sync with the shifting agricultural cycles and at weddings and wakes when communities welcome a touch of old world magic. So that's mumming. So I'm learning something with this deck as well. There's all the straw and the masks. Very interesting. Berries. How might you practice discernment? Ghost. What is haunting you? That's that deep work, that darker side that we need to perhaps deal with. Or just some nagging worries or concerns. Worrying does not change a thing. Just takes you away from the present. Household spirits. I love this card. How can you cultivate a friendship with the unseen? The sprites or the, if you have familiars or the little fairies or elves. Love that. Magic words. What are you speaking into being? How true is that? We don't remember that what we say has energy and ramifications. It has impact, negatively or positively. What we say does make a difference to ourselves or out loud. So that's something we should always be mindful of. What are you speaking into being? Because it will manifest. Kalik. I don't know. Kalik? Not sure. What wisdom are you gathering? This is a beautiful card. She's got her arm around the head of a ram. Not sure what the flowers are that she's holding. Beautiful. Wow. This is a wow deck. Wow deck. Shapeshifter. Love this card. It's in front of the box. Can you dance between forms? Yes. How fun is that? Another form of shape-shifting is you're at a place, a party, lots of people, and you just kind of are like the wallpaper. You're there, but you're not there, and some people can't even remember you were there. It's kind of interesting. I've had that happen to me. I just kind of sit back and watch. How do you get to fairyland? This is the fairy ring. I've seen a few fairy rings in my day. The 4 seasons. Can you embrace your cyclical nature? And that's so true. We do react to the cycles, not only the cycles of the moon, but the seasons. It does have an impact physiologically. That's a gorgeous card. They're all gorgeous. Oh my goodness, these are nice cards. Door. What might you unlock? There's always that waiting for you. Just get some of your stuff out of the way, and a door will open. New space created, new ideas, new paths. Moon phases. How can you radiate light in the dark? We're in an interesting moon phase right now. Lion's Gate's opening up. We just had a new moon. Very powerful time. Lots of shifting. Lots of opportunity for growth, spiritually speaking. So how can you radiate light in the dark? Curse. What dark energy can you cast off? Yeah, we talked about that a little earlier. Just you need to let go of things that are in the way, your shadow side. Not let go of your shadow side, but what is stuck in your shadow side. Acknowledge it, let it go. Beautiful. Prophecy. How might you hold a vision lightly? Sometimes the visions that come you share, sometimes you don't share. You know what to do when they happen. I share them when I need to. Healing herbs. What practical magic rises from within? You're your own alchemical vessel. Predators. What predatory forces are at work in your life? Yeah, there's that little voice in your head maybe that's a negative voice that you need to put aside. Just protect yourself every day. Surround yourself with that protective bubble and your spirit guides, and the predators won't get you. Divination. Isn't this a beautiful card? How can you integrate logic and intuition? That's the key. Because they're both in play. They are both important parts of divination. Death. How might an ending become a renewal? How true is that? You know, the death card isn't all that often about death per se. It's about renewal. Out with the old and with the new. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my. Amulet. And look at here. Look what I have here. It's my very own, very first hagstone, given to me by a fabulous subscriber. She's fabulous. So grateful for that. How are you protected? Spirit guides and angels and all. And energy can protect us all. Gold. What is your true value? We all have value and purpose, that's for sure. All in our own way. Salt. What requires your protection? Speaking of protection, gorgeous card. Aren't these just beautiful? Oh, garden. How is your inner garden growing? Slow and steady wins the race. Just keep feeding the positivity if you can. Acknowledging the things that you need to let go so that your inner garden can grow. Pull out the weeds. Give space for the flowers. Bread. How are you nourishing yourself? That is so needed right now with everything going on in the world. You do need to nourish yourself. Love yourself and nourish yourself. Whether that be with spirit or food, water. Water's such a wonderful cleanser. Hermit. Who will you become in silence? Yes. Can have a very huge impact quietly. Forward movement does not have to be noisy. It can be silent and strong. And card number 44 is iron. Where is the balance between modern and mystical? What a great way to end the deck. Balance between modern and mystical. It's not always easy, but once you get that balance, it is so satisfying. Feeds the soul. So that is the folklore deck. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed showing it. It is just so wonderful. Gorgeous. Lots of deep meaning. Learned a few things. It's just absolutely fabulous deck. I'm so pleased that I ordered this from Cheryl. I'll put her link in here in the notes underneath the video so you can order this deck from Cheryl. You need this deck. It's just a fabulous, wonderful, inner working, gentle but deep, soft, but really sinks in and feeds the soul. It's fabulous. I'm just so taken with this deck. I'm so pleased. So I hope you enjoyed this. It is Saturday morning here, so enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.